Hi everyone, I'm Lavina from Sovereign Soul Coach, and in this video I'm going to do some intuitive reading and some channeling for you. So the message actually started coming already while I was preparing for recording. So this message is from your higher self, and the message is about playfulness. And it was like, go have some fun. It's also about, because when like the message came, like it was trying to come, but I was kind of like waiting that no, like when I'm going to record, start recording the video, then I'm going to connect and get the message, but the message like just came. So there's probably some kind of like sense of like waiting for the right time for being playful in you. However, your higher self is saying no, like just in every element of your life, and especially when you're having like serious conversations, and if you're like thinking like your life is like too serious, or like you are like reflecting or like contemplating on the serious things in your life, like that's exactly the time to like there's no time for playfulness and like the sense of humor and the joy, like that kind of feeling, like the feeling of like being silly in the moment, like even, and being silly is like, even when you like know something that doesn't, like that you're not supposed to do, and then you still do it because you're like, I want to be silly in this moment kind of thing. So that's that. And I was also reminded of like how probably, and like it goes back, like everything goes back to like some memories, right, like that we have, as we're always working on our like past lifetimes, and our past lifetime that we are working on, it reflects in our childhood. And so probably like as a child you might have been like just like what I was shown was like you were kind of like for example, your parents were having like a serious conversations, and then you wanted to like kind of like as a child lighten the mood, and you like started being silly in that moment, and they just like said like a serious no, or like they probably like did something that just kind of gave you an impression that being silly is not okay, kind of thing. And so like these things, like they just like these little things, they start like accumulating, and then it reflects on the kind of life that we start living as an adult as well. So it's just a reminder for you to being okay with like being silly and playful and curious in your life, and there's no like perfect time for it, like just like every time. And like the message I also got was that like this message is specifically from your higher self, because usually I connect to like the whole spirit team, but this message was specifically from your higher self, and the higher self knows what we are here for, right? And like if the higher self has like picked up like those parts in us that needed healing to come into this lifetime, it has also like sent us with this part of us that wanted to have fun in this lifetime. So it's just a reminder, and it doesn't mean that like each one of us first, like the 8 billion souls are here to have fun or be playful. Like everyone is on the unique journey, but whoever is watching this video, definitely it's a message from your higher self that you are here to have fun as well, be playful all through. So that's a reminder, and I'm going to go like deeper into this message as well through some oracle cards and tarot cards. And I thought like this deck would be the perfect one, the feminine wisdom, because playfulness and joy for me is related to sacral chakra, and sacral chakra like our womb space. And even if you like don't have like a physical womb, and like being a woman, we always have that energetic womb space that is holding that space for us. And for men, it's always like our pelvic area, because like the feminine wisdom is not just like for women, right? Like even men have that feminine wisdom that they're holding in their pelvic area. So I'm going to use this feminine wisdom oracle card, and it's by Leah Androic, and it's about like awakening your intuitive energy. It's a beautiful, I love it. And the bottom of the deck card is discipline, which is consistent effort and order. And you know what, like now actually I think like in this world we are moving away from being disciplined, and what's replacing discipline is devotion. That is something that I was told by one of my mentors. And so like having devotion to being playful, like so making like consistent efforts and reminding yourself like in every moment, okay, like how can I be like a little more playful and easy and like joyful here in this situation, also, although like my logical mind, in my logical mind it doesn't make sense, but that's what my higher self wanted me to embody like here for. So I'm gonna pull up some more cards and see what comes up. Yeah, I don't know why I'm being like just asked to show you like the back of the cards of this deck. Like it's so beautiful, and I can't believe like the card again that has come is like discipline. So this is like an important message, like it wants to come up, like it's coming up like the second time. So I will like take this card in the reading. It is discipline. I just felt like showing you the back of the in the middle of the shuffling. See like how there's like moon and flowers, and this kind of like beautiful like geometric pattern going on in this like card. It's so beautiful, and it just like represent the beautiful like feminine wisdom. So I don't know, like I feel like this is a part of the message as well. And the moon is all about like our subconscious mind, so the things that are that we are running our life on, but we are not really like conscious of those beliefs. Yeah, and like the flowers and the night sky. The night sky to me reminds me of the third eye. And like there's like beautiful like geometric patterns, like the concentric circles going on as well in there. So yeah, I don't like if like concentric circles, like it kind of like fits somewhere in the reading. So probably we will know, or it's like a really specific message for someone specific. So the moon and the darkness, the night sky, the flowers. Yeah, so I'm going to take this card. I'm going to get like another card. Let's ask our higher self. And the message is like, is dividing boundaries. It's beautiful, like the artwork is beautiful. Like in the first look you would feel like, right, like oh my god, like how this woman is kind of like trapped in this like boundary, like kind of like a box. But like the feeling that I'm getting is this woman is actually really enjoying like the stretches and kind of like being in this like safe womb space kind of situation. And womb space is all about like it is quite a lot about joy and playfulness. I'm going to get another card and see what it says. I picked up the deck again, and the bottom of the deck is balance. Yeah, so we are being kind of like asked for some kind of a balance, and it's number 22. And 2 and 2 is 4, which is about like stability, like creating like a stable, so making like choices and being like really stable. And 2 is also a feminine number. It's like about like nurturing and loving, nurturing. It's also a number about like our karma, this playfulness. And now we're getting really serious, right? Like how can we bring some like playfulness in this vibe, in this moment that we are in? So it's just like, so basically it's like we are working on like our karmas somehow, like it's related to our karmic account kind of thing, which is like being playful. So it's really important for us to kind of like take it seriously in this time, but still like be playful about it kind of thing. So I'm going to now pull up tarot card for these cards, and the deck I'm using is Curious Creatures, and I couldn't think of like a better deck than Curiosity, which is about like playfulness and sacral chakra as well. So let's see what the deck comes up. The bottom of the deck is Knight of Swords. If you see this knight, right, like the swords is all about our mental realm, our mental body, our thoughts, and this knight is just like really determined and like moving ahead. And the swords is also all about like wise discernment in terms of, and it's also about like the knights are about trial and error as well. So it's kind of like a playing ground for us right now. And like what I see you is like you being in that state where you are like really stuck, like having like, for example, like a really serious conversation with one of your friends or your partner about like something serious going on in your life, and because you are like really determined and towards like going your goal and stuff. But what we are being asked is that yes, like that is amazing, and the spirit realm is like really happy about like you working on that and doing all the inner work and like your determination. But what they are saying is that if you bring some playfulness in those moments in your life, what it's going to do is it's going to help you with the wise discernment. And with all the pages at night, like I always make sure that I say that it's always about like creating that compassionate space for us as well, because they are about learning, they are about tests and trials, and there will be times that we might fail and there will be learnings in them. So in those moments, like forgiving ourselves for making the right or wrong choices and just like moving on from there, rather than like holding yourself, oh my god, like just like even just saying that one little sentence that hey, like, oh yes, I did make a mistake, and to, for example, if it did hurt someone, you just like how you apologize to the other person that hey, like I'm learning and this is what I did, I'm sorry about that. And at the same time, like internally you just say one sentence as well that hey, oh, like I realized that I made a mistake and I forgive myself for that, and I love myself as is, and I move on. Yeah. So let's pull out some tarot card for discipline. And the discipline card is number 23, which is 5, and 5 is like about shift in perception. Okay, like how can I right now? So it's like that moment where you can just say, okay, right now, like how can I shift my perspective and be like really playful in this moment? So for example, like I'm being told that how like this reading, I was getting really serious when like the boundaries card came in. And I was just told that hey, like how can you like be playful about this rather than being serious? So it's the Fool card for the card of discipline, and I want to call it devotion versus discipline. So for being devoted, it's like the Fool card, and it's like a go ahead for you to like jump in. Yeah, so like the discipline card, oh yeah, like okay, so now I'm getting, so basically like the discipline, so I'm having like this kind of resistance with discipline, and it kind of shows me like, so probably like you are like being like too disciplined or like being serious or doing like consistent actions, and there's like a lot of order in your life right now. And what you are being asked is like combine it with this energy of like naive ignorance, and like the sullenness and the like just the jump in kind of thing, energy, like the Fool energy, and like together it will actually become devotion. So basically, and it's the card number 23, which is 5 as well. So there's like probably like a shift in perspective that's needed. Yeah, it makes sense to me right now. So basically like you are being like really disciplined right now, and it means like you are making consistent efforts and you are being like in really like order right now in your life, in whatever you are doing, and the spirit is like really acknowledging you for that, for what you have done. But what spirit is also saying that it's time for you to shift your perspectives and enter like a new cycle where you embody like with this consistent effort and order. If you embody like the energy of Fool, which is that naive ignorance, and just like jump in kind of energy, and then that will like transform it into devotion on your path. So yeah, so that's a beautiful message. Oh my god, I love it, like when things make sense like this. So now picking up a tarot card for boundaries. Yeah, okay, so what this card is trying to say, the boundaries card is trying to say, is that you might feel like probably you might be feeling like really stuck currently in whatever you are, and it's important for you to see like the higher perspective of things right now, because like it's number 7, and if we like if we see it spiritually, what's really happening is that you are not actually stuck. You're not in the like you are. And the other day I heard like a beautiful thing about being stuck from one of the spiritual leaders, Bashar, and he said that don't never say that I'm stuck. Like always say that I'm exploring the concept of stuckness in this moment right now, because like it's important for us not label ourselves being stuck. It's just like I'm exploring, so it gives us like the power. It reminds us that we have the power to be whatever we want to be, and right now we are exploring stuckness. And if you are in that moment where you are exploring stuckness, then it's an important thing for you to know your higher self is trying to say that, hey, actually, like at soul level, you are really enjoying being like kind of like exploring being stuck in this situation, because you actually don't know that your soul is feeling all the stretches and like the safety in this moment somehow. Like this is what your soul is feeling right now. And I'll pick up the tarot card. Sorry, it dropped. And the card is the Hanged Man, which is about shift in perspective. Man, you know how like this creature is like upside down and kind of like, so we kind of like believe in the situation that we are kind of stuck. But if you see that how this creature is like really happy being stuck, because what it's giving is like looking at the situation they are in, where they are feeling stuck, that they are unable to take any kind of action right now. Like they want to, their energy wants to flow towards the action, but they just can't. They feel stuck. And like this moment is actually like, this moment also has a purpose. Like when we are exploring the concept of being like stuck in a situation, it also has a purpose. And like although you might feel like on the surface level that you are stuck, but your soul is actually really enjoying the stretches and being in this space, in this cozy comfortable space, to explore something else, to get some more clarity, which is what we get through the Hanged Man, right? And when it comes reverse, it's just basically a time that it's time to like what's gonna help us come out of this stuckness, this exploration energy of stuckness, and help us like see the purpose of why we are stuck in the situation is the playful energy, like being curious. So that is what actually is going to help us come out of like this stuck situation that you might be feeling in right now, or like whenever in your life, basically when you're exploring being stuck in a situation, know that it's your soul is actually really enjoying that space of exploring being stuck, because it's kind of like nudging you to get some other clarity, although like you want to like take some action, but it wants you to actually probably come to like a different vibration or a frequency, or like it just like there is definitely some kind of clarity that's happening in that moment. And what's going to get you out of that, like get you the clarity, and what is going to like help you move on to the next step is actually being playful and more like curious and being like silly, even if you don't, and like being silly in that moment. Like that's why like you are here in this lifetime, with that part of you that loves being silly, that loves to be playful. Wow, okay, that's beautiful. I love it. So the tarot card for balance is Ten of Wands, and you see like how like in the Ten of Wands energy, we are in that moment where we are kind of like ending, like we are nearing a completion. Like for example, if you're working on a project or something, or whatever you're working in your life, whether it's on you, like, or let's say like one aspect of your spiritual development, you're working on self-love or doubt, whatever it is that you're working on, when we are like at the end of that cycle, right, it just feels like really heavy, because we have done like so much work, right, from One of Wands to like the Ten of Wands. And it's just going to like, being playful is gonna help you create this balance in that moment of Ten of Wands, so that you can reach the completion in a more like pleasant and enjoyable way. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, so see, I see like, so what I'm sensing is that you're probably going on like starting like a new journey in your life right now. however small or big that is. And your higher self wants you to embody the energy of playfulness and being silly. What your higher self also, like, because what your higher self is trying to tell you is that you are in this phase in your life where you are being like really disciplined and you are working consistently, working towards something, and that's amazing. Like, it's really appreciating that, like, you're doing amazing, but it just wants you to embody the element of like this naive ignorance kind of thing in that moment. So embody like that kind of energy, so that this discipline, you can turn it into devotion, because that is actually going to put you in a whole another new like awakening journey that you really wanted to go through in this lifetime. And there's a possibility that you might be like feeling really stuck in this moment, and what your higher self is trying to say is that 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 you are actually not really stuck, but you are exploring the concept of being stuck in the situation, so that you can work on like so that you can get some like clarity to move ahead on this new path, like the clarity that you need to move ahead on this path. And what's going to get you out of this hangman position, reverse, what's going to get you out of this position of being stuck, of exploring stuckness, is that playfulness energy again. And what it's also going to help you is that, so you have started like a new journey, and like by the time you finish this journey, when you are nearing the completion of this journey that you are starting, you will feel like really balanced and not like burnt out in this journey. So like this is what the playfulness and curiosity and being silly is going to help you with that as well. So yeah, so I think it's a beautiful message. Your higher self wants you to go into whatever you are starting right now. This energy of playfulness and being silly is something that you actually wanted to have, like that's a part that you have got in this lifetime, which might be like feeling suppressed right now, because although like you appreciate it, but you want to bring it up. Like in certain moments you think like there's certain moments, there's a time for like when I want to bring up this playfulness, but your higher self is saying no, like just like there is like so just bring this, just carry this energy of playfulness in like everything in you, and especially like this new thing that you're working on. Okay, so I finished the video, I finished the message, and then I like felt as if like the door is still open for this message, and there's still definitely something that's trying to come out. And then I felt like this sense of, okay, so higher self, like I know you want me to embody this energy of playfulness and this energy of silliness, being silly on this journey, so like I don't end up being like burnout, and I get out of the exploration of being stuck during that journey like really quickly. Like it helped me with that as well. It helped me being on this journey of like a new journey of awakening, and that's related somehow to my karma as well. So I know all, so now I know all of that, and thank you for that, like feeling grateful. But how do I do it? Because it's like I feel like a sense of like a fear of, I don't know, like some kind of resistance towards being playful, and whatever the reason is, right, like whatever the reason is, but I know this. And like what I was told was, so every time we have this kind of resistance, right, and we know that something is good for us but we are resistant, then that is the direction for us to go. So like that's the first thing to know. And the second is that we don't have to like just like do it all together. Like there are two options. Like one, we can go like step by step, and secondly we can just like go all in. And which one like do you want to choose, right? Like there's no judgment. So if there is a judgment that you have within you, that hey, like if I have the possibility to just like embody that version of myself which is playful right now, then like what I am feeling this like fear and this resistance. So the right thing is not to like push this part of you that's feeling resistance, and just like slowly taking in, like having like consistently like choosing like a few moments, like one moment where you can be playful, and then so that your mind actually knows that it's safe to be playful. And then after some time, probably you pick like another moment. So like if you're feeling this pressure that, okay, now the guidance for me is this, but how do I like go about it then? And if you're not able to embody it like fully, it's okay to go like one by one, so that like with every step your nervous system feels safe to be silly, feels safe to be playful, and you are like not like pushing or bulldozing this part of yourself to go into something that you think it's for highest good, and you are just like slowly and like taking care of it, being there with it, and being like really nurturing and loving. Thank you so much for you for listening the message, listening to this video, and thank you to our higher self and our guides team. Thank you to myself as well for bringing this message to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.